Hey Brian, thank you so much for sending me your video. You're a little bit of a unique case, and let me explain why. Good looking setup, good looking golf swing, a lot of good things going on. Um, you don't make your mistake the typical way that other good players make the mistake. So it's not as easy to just explain it here. I'm going to do the best that I can. Um, you definitely approach the ball very much from the inside. Your swing path is a swing path of a hooker, and I can understand how your shots that aren't your best may be hookish. On the right is Nick Watney. Notice how Watney, as he comes into his shot here, his club swings from the inside of the target line, but see how it's still quite a bit up in the air. It's still high. It's coming in sharply, descending into the ball, so that he's able to make good solid contact coming from the inside. What you're going to do is you're going to, and by the way, you'll notice your club does come outside of the target line of your takeaway. That's really not a cause as to what's happening with you. What happens with you is you really flatten out your shaft on the way down, and you come from the inside of the target line very much. And it's kind of hard to see because it's a little dark in your garage there, but your club's a little bit behind your hands. It's not too bad, but you really do come from that ball very much from the inside here, and you can see, though, your club is much closer to the ground than Watney's club was in a similar position. Okay? And so you're going to come in really shallow, and that's going to make you make contact behind the ball a lot of times. Now, what most people do who are in your situation is they swing so much from the inside that their club hits the ball and goes out this way. And so to fix that, what we do is one of the drills is we have somebody put a barrier, like a head cover, in front of the ball out here, and they try not to hit it. Well, the thing is with you is that you don't really extend out past the ball, and sometimes you don't get there and you catch it on the toe. So you're not going to be forced to change anything with that barrier there. I hope that makes sense. And you can see at the end of your swing, your hands do move left, pretty rapidly here. What's happening with you is you're slowing down your body a little bit and then letting your arms just kind of do the work. And we can see that when we look at you from the face-on view here. Backswing looks great, by the way. Great pivot. Then as you get going, the club gets behind you, you get stuck a little bit, and then you kind of finish up with the arms, and it's not working out for you right now because you're not playing a ton. And you can see even through here, it's not a really decisive turn through. Okay, you get to a good spot, but you don't really rotate through consistently quite enough. So here's all I want you to do. What I'd like you to do is I would like you to feel like you're almost casting. What that means is, I'm going to put this target line here again. I want you to hit some shots. Oops. I want you to hit some shots where you actually feel like you're making contact as you look down at the ball from the outside part of the ball, from over here. I'm going to draw a great big golf ball there for you, actually. So here's a great big golf ball. I want you to feel like you're coming at that ball, hitting the outside quadrant of the ball, and yes, it's going to be like a little bit of a pull. Hit a few shots like that. Then I want you to practice hitting a few right on the back of the ball. And the ones that you feel like you're hitting the back of the ball are probably going to be pretty good swings. I would like for now for you to go ahead and avoid trying to feel like you're making contact on the inside part of the ball, and that would be your slightly in to out swing. Because for you, you don't tend to really get out past the target line, and I think that's probably a pretty consistent thing with you, because you mentioned in your email that you're missing it on the toe and putting the heel on the ground. So again, practice trying to hit the outside portion of the ball. You may feel like as you start that downswing right here that it's all arms at the beginning and more body at the end, and really feel like you're maybe even casting a little bit. I want you to feel that way, so that when you're in this position here, that club head will actually be a little bit outside of your hands if you're doing it correctly. So you can have that slight out to in path. This is an exaggeration drill. It's something to give you the feel for coming less from the inside. Good players, their miss is a hook, but it's not always so easy to get them out of it because it's really just overdoing a good thing. So I hope that that helps you out a little bit there, Brian. I'm going to attach a video drill on curing a hook. The one problem with it though is that hook curing videos I'm going to talk about avoiding a target out here when in fact you're coming too much from the inside but never quite getting to the ball, so you probably wouldn't impact it anyway. The big thing for you is to go ahead and feel like you're making contact again on the outside part of the ball, pulling it slightly. Maybe you try to hit some little pull fades for a little while and see how that does as far as your practice, and monitor it with your launch monitor. Any questions, please feel free to send me an email. I would be happy to answer your questions. Thank you very much, Brian. I'm Mike Sullivan. We're in Carmel, Indiana at Crooked Stick Golf Club, home of the BMW Championship, to talk about how to stop hooking your golf shots. So usually we're talking about how to stop slicing. And there's all kinds of tools out there and swing aids and videos and all sorts of things and tips to help with someone who's slicing too much. We're going to talk about the opposite, how to stop hooking. You may be hooking the ball and you may be a reformed slicer who now has gone maybe a little bit too far. So we're going to talk about now what you can do to help get those hooks under control. If we're hooking the ball and it's really a problem, what's happening is that our club is probably traveling too much from the inside of the target line, catching too much of the inside part of the ball, and as we swing through, our club face is going to be closing. The ball is going to start to the right and it's going to hook to the left. The less loft we have on the club, the longer the club, the worse we're going to see this hooking problem. Okay? So the first thing that I'll do, if I ever start to feel like I'm hooking it too much, is I'm just going to think about what's happening down here between the club and the ball. I know that I'm coming a little bit too much from the inside. I know that I'm catching too much of the inside part of the ball, so I'm going to hit some shots and just feel like I'm catching the back of the ball. So I'm going to feel like now I'm swinging right down, hitting the back of the ball, as opposed to the inside part. So let's say I hit that shot and it's still a hook. Well, now I'm going to need a little bit more help, and I want to use some sort of a barrier to help me with this. A great thing to use would be like that cardboard box that a set of golf clubs comes in. But we can also use a head cover, or we can even use another golf ball. So I'll try here first with another golf ball. I'm going to place this ball outside of my target line and see how my club is coming too much from the inside. I'm going to put this ball up here. So I could hit shots where I'm going to try to hit this inside ball and avoid the outside ball. Now, one problem with this is if you're doing this on a driving range and you're coming too much from the inside, you know, you're going to get balls flying everywhere. So in this instance, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use a head cover. Okay. So we've got our head cover here, and I've got my ball right there. Okay. And it's okay to have the head cover, you know, more in the forward portion of your target line. So now I'm going to be thinking, okay, let's hit the ball and miss that head cover. Do not hit the head cover. So I know because I hit the ball, I did not hit the head cover, that club could not have been severely from the inside. And I could also tell by ball flight that my ball is not going to be hooking. So first thing we want to do is don't panic. If you're hooking too much, just try to hit more the back of the ball or even the outside part of the ball. And if that doesn't work, use some sort of a barrier that you can put down and avoid with your club to make sure you've got the right swing path. If you like this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up for a like. And if you subscribe to our channel, you'll be notified by email each time that we produce a new instructional video. They feel that their baseball experience has really made it tough for them to hit a golf ball and play golf. But that's really not. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel for more instructional videos.